The anatomy of mouth and the tongue. In the mouth, we can see there is the opening of mouth, and within the mouth, for the anatomical description, we can divide the mouth into two parts. Here we see very closely that there is an outer part that is outside of the teeth up to the cheek. This outer part, this cavity, is outside the main oral cavity. This outside part is known as the vestibule. This vestibule is lined medially by this teeth, gum and gingiva, and laterally by the cheek. In this oral cavity, we see that there is the opening of the oral cavity. This opening of oral cavity is known as the lip. And in the outside of the lip, here we can see there is a furrow. There is a furrow. This is known as the nasolabial furrow. This is the nasolabial furrow. The lip is extend from this. Here is the mucocutaneous junction. Here, if we see it very closely, there is a junction where the mucous membrane and the cutaneous part of the lip is unite here. This is the mucocutaneous junction, and here we see the nasolabial sulcus or furrow. From this mucocutaneous junction up to this nasolabial junction, this is the lip. Outside this lip, this nasolabial junction up to here, and up to here, all these things is known as the cheek. And this lip and the cheek, they have the skin, superficial fascia, muscles, and inner side there is mucous membrane. And there is another thing in this cheek. There is a large salivary gland situated in here. This is known as the parotid gland. And from this parotid gland, there is a duct that is known as the parotid duct that comes through this cheek, and it opens up in the vestibule of the mouth. Here we see the opening of the parotid duct with a papilla. This is situated opposite to the upper second molar teeth. This is the parotid papilla. Clinically, sometimes we can see some spots in here in case of a viral disease, that is measles, that is known as the Koplik's spot. And this duct, sometimes we see that it is inflamed, or sometimes in clinical examination we palpate it for the diagnosis of different parotid diseases. And the lip, cheek, and the vestibule of the mouth. Now we have to see the oral cavity proper. Here we see the oral cavity proper, some parts of the oral cavity proper. In this upper part, there is the hard palate, and the lower part, we see the tongue. Underneath the tongue, there is the floor of the mouth. Here we can see a little bit the floor of the mouth. Above there is the hard palate, and below there is the floor of the mouth. This is the boundary of oral cavity proper, and we see that the main content of this oral cavity is the tongue.